Little man. Little man,
anyway,
we got a hike, buddy. Wake up.
He does some really nice
Wake up. We got a hike, buddy.
Him and his
We're
wife
getting
now
dropped off.
are traveling.
We got a hike.
In an RV.
Well, here we are, back on the trail. If you can find it in this white mess. Crazy thing is, it's supposed to be in the 60s today. Amazing. Yesterday it was snowing. Today it's supposed to be in the 60s. Tomorrow it's supposed to be in the 70s. So all this crap's gonna melt off. Little man's in his puffy jacket. Doing great so far. Of course, we've only gone like 1/10 of a mile, but hey, doing great so far. It's kind of pretty. It's not too cold, actually. Not bad. It is a pretty morning. The snow's gonna melt off by this afternoon because we got blue skies and sunshine, and it's supposed to be in the 60s. But it is really pretty right now. Can enjoy the sun sparkling off of it because I'm not freezing and it's not windy. I'm not shivering like yesterday. Amazing what 24 hours can do around here. The little man in his puffy coat is just loving it. He's doing a great job through the snow, especially this section where it's not actual snow under his paws. He's moving faster where it's melted off a little bit already, but he's going through the areas where there's snow under him. We haven't done a lot of hiking in snow together, just a little bit here and there. So, look at this. It's so pretty though. Look at it. You can get the sun glinting off of this. I don't know if it's translating in my phone as well as it is in real life. It's like little diamonds sparkling through all of these branches here. So pretty. Hi! Alright, so I made my little video last night before I got back on trail about, you know, just truly beginning to hike my own hike now. Kind of have started that in fits and starts, starting with separating from the ladies in the Smokies, but now I'm just going. I'm just gonna learn what truly my capabilities are with Zobey now. I definitely learned in the Smokies that I can do 15 to 20 mile days, but I don't know that I can do that with Zobey. So today will be the longest day that I have planned, unless, you know, a day or two from now I'm like got a 13-mile day planned and I'm feeling good and I push it another like 4 or 5 miles or whatever. But for now, planning to do a 15.7 mile day today, and the spot that I have chosen for a campsite is on a spot on Far Out that's marked as a view, and can be very windy because it's exposed. It's not windy right now, and it's not calling for it to get windy today, but we'll see what it's like. If it's too windy, there is an actual campsite marked on Far Out, like less than a mile from there, but that will put me over 16 miles, so somewhere around 16 miles today, a little under or a little over. We shall see. And it'll be interesting to see this snow melting today, and it's going to turn into a muddy mess, but right now it's pretty. All right, buddy, here we go. Look how pretty this is. Got a little creek crossing. Just crossed the road. Now we've got, good boy, just trucking right along across this. I thought he might give me pause here, crossing over this snowy creek and snowy bridge. You're such a good boy, buddy. I know I made you stop in the snow. I'm sorry. All right, let's keep going. Good boy. Look at this. Look what we just came up on. A pretty waterfall. Yay. We love pretty waterfalls, especially when they're all covered in snow and it's not freezing out. I'm actually sweating. I'm about ready to shed a layer. But like you said, I don't want to get sick. Hi. There's a guy I've been leapfrogging. He's going to get off maybe at Sam's Gap and go where I just stayed last night. Did you brave it out here yesterday? No, okay. No, you were at the other hostel, the little Laurel hostel.
Yeah, that place is like a glorified shelter.
That's what I read online. Yes, very pretty right here though. Well, we've been gaining elevation, climbing up, up, up. The sun is out and I'm stinking hot. But it's not melting anything off up here. Actually, the snow is getting deeper. It's about between 4 to 6 inches in areas up here, making it hard to walk through. And poor Zobey, it's basically like up to his chin. I had to take his winter layer off because it was just gathering snow on him. He was like all clumped up with big like snow piles, like snowballs all over his arms and legs and around his chin. So got him all cleaned up and took that off. but he's struggling a bit to walk through it. He's fine, like he's not acting like he doesn't want to hike. And see, he's walking, he's just walking slower, because for you and me, it's basically like walking through knee-deep snow. So I've had to slow my pace, or my other option is to carry him. With a completely fully restocked pack for up to 6 days, my pack is heavier than it's been in a while, even through the Smokies. I had 8 days of food because I have 6 days of food for me and Zobey, plus all of his gear back. So I really don't want to carry him if I don't have to. And he's going. He's acting like he's actually enjoying the hike. And it's not wet, damp, yucky snow. It's dry and fluffy now up here. It's just hard to walk through. So we are going at a considerably slower pace than normal. Ugh, we'll see how far we get today. Look at this. I've been slogging my way through this for a while now. These drifts are taller than Zobey. They're almost up to my knees. And then it goes back down to a still tiring but more manageable, about like 4 to 6 inches. And then before we know it, we're slogging through another foot and a half deep drift. I've picked Zobey up several times to just carry him through it. Flipping exhausted. I am exhausted. I did not expect the snow to be this deep up here. And with it being in the 60s and sunny, I thought everything would be melting off. And I was expecting more of like a day after it rains and everything's just wet in a river. Oh my God. My pack is killing my shoulders today. I don't know what the deal is, but my bad shoulder is just screaming at me in pain right now. I'm trying to keep Zobey warm, keep myself warm. I'm alternating between sweating and freezing. This is miserable. I'm utterly miserable right now. Every single step is a battle, both physically and mentally right now. I don't know how far we're gonna make it today. I definitely don't think we're gonna make that 15.7 I had planned. I'm not sure we're even going a mile an hour right now. This sucks. Gotta keep going. Just gotta keep going, one foot in front of the other. I can do all things. I can do all things. Well, I might be miserable, but I can still stop and appreciate how gorgeous this is. Look at that. Yep. Nothing's gonna take away my enjoyment of this beauty. On a ridgeline with views. Look at that. Yes. Ah, so pretty, even covered in snow. And there's someone behind me who has their dog off leash that keeps running up to us, and it's really annoying me. So there's my little man, unleashed and on the trail ahead of me. You can see him through the snow there. Because, here's a good boy, you wait for mommy. Because we just went through about a mile and a half of, not even joking, knee to thigh deep drifts that were taller than him, and I was struggling to get through. There were 3 other guys around me. We were all just like, what on earth? Like, we're post-holing. I feel like we're out in Colorado. So the one guy was kind of leading the way, and we were all trying to like literally walk in his footsteps as he broke through the drifts for us. And I was carrying Zobey through that. I was freaking exhausted, and Zobey was shivering because he'd gotten wet, and I guess like just like a human, not moving. And that base layer that I bought him is supposed to be like basically merino wool for dogs, so should keep him warm even if it's damp. And he wasn't moving, and so he was shivering in my arms, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm gonna have to carry him, get his carrier out, put him in his puffy, try to keep him warm against my body. It's gonna be more weight on my shoulders, which are already screaming at me. I can't post hole and go through drifts all day like this. Like, this sucks. I was like almost in tears. and this dog comes running out of the woods. It was freaking me out. But the guy's like, oh, that dog slept in the shelter with us last night. He's a stray, or, you know, someone's lost dog. He's very friendly. He likes people. He's not aggressive or anything. So he and Zobey, you know, sniffed and did their thing and started playing. And Zobey's like off to the races, running down the trail back and forth with this dog, climbing over these snowdrifts that are bigger than he freaking is, rolling around and having the time of his life. And I'm like, well, okay then. Go hike your own hike, dog. Forget me trying to carry you and keep you warm. Go play in the snow. So I don't like him being off leash, but I'm letting him stay off leash here for a little bit because I've been told that there's more drifts coming up, even though we're in a little bit of a section here that's melted. I'm walking through slush and mud right now. Whoop! Yep, see, I'm gonna slide in the slush and mud. So yeah, I did take a little break, took my pack off, gave my shoulder a rest. I'm gonna take some Advil in a little bit, maybe that'll help. But yeah, I don't have to worry about Zobey anymore. He's having the freaking time of his life now, apparently. Being a hovering helicopter doggy mama, apparently, trying to keep him warm and leashed to me, and all he wants to do is run and play in the snow. I don't know where that other dog went. He took off. So did the guys when I took my break. But yeah, definitely walking through a winter wonderland today. Oh, there's the dog. Hey, buddy. Hi, you gonna go play with Zobey again? Hey, Zobes, look who's back. It's your friend. Yeah, you guys gonna play? There you go. Off to the races again. Go have fun. Zobey's got himself a buddy now. These two are so cute. The stray dog takes off and goes down the trail and then stops and waits for Zobey to catch up. And Zobey's like, whatever you can do, I can do. Look, I can do it too. They're so cute. Oh, hi. You going back the other way? You're not going to hang out with us anymore? Yeah, you're a sweet dog. I think you're somebody's lost dog. The guy who was talking about him in the shelter last night said that if he continues hiking all the way to Urin with him, he's going to take him into a shelter. Already reported him in some lost dog Facebook groups and stuff. Seems like a sweet boy. Yep, Zobey's taking off down the trail now. He's going to play leader. Yep, we're not going to have that. I'm going to catch you, little dog. Alright, so I was planning on making it to this shelter, Hogback Ridge Shelter, which is down that blue blaze. And I'm so freaking exhausted. I didn't even want to go down that blue blaze to the shelter for my break. So I threw my stuff down right here at this intersection, sat on that log, and just had a snack. Poor Zobey's shivering, so we gotta get going again. I'm debating what to do. I've gone 6.2 miles today. It's 2.4 more miles to Sam's Gap, which is the free shuttle back to Nature's Inn Hostel where I just spent 2 nights. And a lot of people, like all the people who are passing me, they were also planning on doing like 16 miles today to get to right here. You can see it's 10 miles to the next shelter. And there's also a campground next to that shelter, like an actual marked campground. That's where we were all planning on going and doing 16 miles today. And like everyone's like, there's no way. Just can't do it through the snow. And then no one wants to stay at the shelters because there's been a norovirus outbreak around here. So everyone wants to put their tents up. And the snow is so like melty and slushy and muddy and gross. It's like, where do you even put your tent at? You're like camping on mud and slush. So I don't know. I'm going to keep going. But there's a big part of me that's like, call Amy and get picked up at Sam's Gap again. Spend another night in the hostel. Oh, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go figure this out. I'm exhausted. This trail is killing me today, but I can still appreciate its beauty. Hi, baby. He's being such a good boy through the snow. Yeah, he's being such a good boy. Look at that. Mommy's stopping to enjoy the view, buddy. And catch your breath after going up again. Lots of ups today, too. Ugh. Killing me. I love this. Moy Rest, the Appalachian Trail at Sam's Gap. This natural bowl of springs, creeks, meadow, and forest passes from our family to the U.S. Forest Service. Jim, Sarah, Mike, and Jim Moy Jr. of Atlanta, Georgia recognize this part of the Appalachian Trail as a manifestation of the glory of Christ Jesus, our Lord. As God nurtured our strong love for Jesus, we had personal encounters with him regarding this unique property. It is our prayer that the Moy tract on the trail will be a place of inner peace and gentle rest. And then all of their names and what I'm assuming are their favorite verses beside it. I think this is awesome. I love it. Thank you, Moy family, for giving us this peaceful place of rest. So you can see off of the trail where that monument is erected, there's a side trail that runs along here, and I can tell that there's some places that are covered in snow that would normally be good places to sit and enjoy some rest. My little man, who is still off leash because we were post-holing again for a little bit there, is now a muddy mess because this is what we've been going through for about 1.5 miles now. So we're coming down in elevation. The sun is now out and warm. Probably gonna need to shed a layer here. And so we've just been hiking through mud, which has had its own set of challenges, trying to put each foot down carefully and not slip slide all over the place. Little man here was rolling around in it. Such a boy, covered in mud and dirt. So glad I gave you a bath at the hostel and got you clean and your outfit clean. But coming up on Sam's Gap, I'm feeling much better. Not good, but better. However, coming out of Sam's Gap, I gotta go up and up and up. I knew today was a lot of ups and it was gonna be challenging anyway with my 15.7 miles that I had planned. It was gonna be challenging anyway. I had no idea that I was gonna be post-holing for 6 miles up this morning. Oh my God, that was so hard, so challenging. And now slip sliding through mud and slush. And as I start gaining elevation again here out of Sam's Gap, the snow's gonna be back, so we're gonna be post-holing going up again. But it's a steep up out of the gap and then another steep climb up Big Bald. My campsite is on the other side of Big Bald, so it's only like 8 more miles. I've gone over halfway now, so I'm at 8.6 miles when I get to the gap here, and I was doing 15.7, but it's almost all up for 8 miles through snow like I did for 6 miles up this morning. That was about ready to kill someone or kill myself. I guess we'll see how we do. Always interesting when you get to these road and highway intersections. I've been hiking in the woods for 8 miles and you pop out and it's like civilization. Cars, people, dogs back on a leash. But there's my marker. I am on the trail right here on this road. See? And up here is the parking underneath the bridge. That's where we picked some people up yesterday when we were shuttling around and going to Walmart and stuff. Somewhere I gotta cross the street, get lost in the woods again, and go up that beast. That's the next shore right there. Look at my dog. Look at him. What did you do? Look at him. Look at all over him. Get my shadow off of him. We just stopped right here at this Blue Blaze to get water. I look over, yeah, of course you're cold now. I look over and he is literally rolling around in a mud puddle. Like a sopping wet, like 12-inch deep mud puddle. Look at you. Look at, oh my God, Zobey, look at you. Yeah, no wonder you're cold. You're soaking wet and covered in mud from head to toe. I'm so glad that I just washed your collar. Jeez, look at this. Washed your collar, washed you, and washed your clothes while we were at the hostel yesterday. Oh my God. Oh, you are such a boy. You are such a boy. I wish this we're big bald, because that would mean the worst of my climb is over, but big bald is, you know, what we're looking at. I still got to go up. But we're at, I don't know, small bald, mini bald, little bald. I don't know. I'll have to look. There's probably a name to this, but it's lovely. Beautiful views up here. I would totally camp right here, but I'm gonna keep going. Gonna keep going. This trail is just a mess. It's either knee-deep snow, like what I'm showing you right here, because what I'm showing you is actually the trail. I'm walking beside the trail, and that is literally still knee-deep snow that is really more slush than snow. And I should have taken a video a little bit ago, but I'll take one again when I come to a section where it's melting and it's just a gushing river of snow runoff and mud, and it's just an absolute mess. I'm muddy and wet up to my knees. Zobey didn't help any that he intentionally rolled around in a mud puddle. Beautiful ridgeline views. Oh, trying to stay positive. Oh my goodness, this has been a day. Let me tell you, it really has been a day, because I'm not even joking. At about 3 miles in today, this is just slippery. It's like a freaking slip and slide. It doesn't matter if you're going up, down, neutral. It's like every single step today is work. So yeah, about 3 to 4 miles in today, I was seriously ready to quit. Like, I was like, I'm gonna walk backwards, go Sobo, and retrace my steps and get picked up and do this tomorrow, because the snow sucks. I kept going, obviously. Got to that 6.2 mile marker where I stopped at the shelter and was very seriously considering calling Amy and asking her to come get me and going back to the hostel tonight. I actually do believe that the several guys who were in front of me, there were 4 guys. Oh, look at this. I don't know if you can see this. I am literally walking through. That's what it has been like. Look at this. Look at these drifts. Now, I'm doing this to show you because I could be off to the side like Zobey is. Are you even getting this? I don't know if I'm even getting this. Look at this. This is what these drifts have been like today. This is insane. This is what I was doing all morning. 6 miles. 6 miles, that's what I was doing. I'm getting out of it and walking to the side of it now. Look at it. Look at the size of the drifts. Can you see that? It's insane. So anyway, I was seriously ready to get off at Sam's Gap when I was stopped at that shelter sign. And then I got to Sam's Gap, had a little bit of a second wind. I was like, I just need to take a quick little break, take my pack off, stretch, get another snack, and I was good. I really was. I still am, actually. But then I've been going up, and I was like, I'm just gonna try to at least get to double digits today. That's what I told myself at Sam's Gap. But try to get to double digits today, 10, 11 miles. And that view that I stopped and showed you just a little bit ago, didn't even realize until I pulled far out after I recorded that view was 10.5 miles. So when I was like, oh, I would camp here, but I'm gonna keep going, like, I can't believe, like, at 3 miles today, I was ready to quit. At 10.5 miles, I didn't even realize I'd hit double digits and was gonna keep going. So forging on through this lovely, snowy, slushy, muddy crap. Oh my gosh, this is like crazy. Oh, but we're doing it. Slogging through. Slogging is absolutely the correct word for today's hike. This isn't hiking, this is slogging. Slogging. So I should label this video, slogging my way through. All right, I'm gonna put this down, and oh my god, I'm in knee-deep drifts again. This sucks. Okay, bye. Okay, these are my first. I'm exhausted, and I can't do this anymore. Tears, actually, on trail because of the hike. I'm over it. The last 2 miles have been mostly uphill through what isn't even a trail. It's just this mud slush. It's like it's like 6 inches of mud. And where there isn't mud, there's slush. Where there isn't slush, there's snow. And every step you have to think about, every step you're slipping and sliding and trying to find your balance. And it's all been uphill, and I've got only a mile to go. I am 14.6 miles in to the most miserable day. And I'd stop if I could, but there isn't anywhere to camp. I've got to find it in me to do this last mile. And Zobey's cold. And I've been carrying him off and on, just in my arms, not in his carrier. And I'm just so tired. I may hurt everywhere, including my mind, but I'm still gonna enjoy these views. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm at Big Bald, almost to the top, and this lovely gentleman has been encouraging me. And stole my dog. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at that. So beautiful. Because doing it in the mud puddle earlier wasn't enough, and do it in the grass now. Oh, you silly boy. Come on, we're not there yet, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. Good boy. Getting closer. Big Bald is gravel up top. Oh man. Alright, here we go. This is Big Bald. Oh no, they got big butts and they got big balds around here. Big bald butts. There goes my little trail angel. His name's Taylor. Held me up here. Got me past my breakdown. Even gave me his phone number in case I need anything. So sweet. Y'all. Holy cow. I did it. I did 15.8 miles today. I don't know how I pulled that out. I did 15.8 miles. I got across Big Bald. The spot I had marked was 15.7, a view just past Big Bald. It was really windy and cold. So I found this little spot just 0.1 past it, tucked away in the trees. That was flat and thank God not a huge muddy mess. And I've got the wind sheltered, but I'm cold. It's almost 7 o'clock. The sun is starting to set and I am freaking exhausted. I got Zobey tucked away here while I was setting up the tent. See, he's all tucked away. This is his bag. And I've got his puffy and my fleece wrapped around him so that he's staying warm while I get set up. I'm gonna get, oh my God, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna get everything set up, make some dinner and go to bed. I can't believe I did 15.8 miles today. I feel like I did 30. Oh my God. We are finally warm and fed and not walking through snow and mud and slush. Or, Mr. over here, turning away from the video, we're also not rolling around in mud. I'm freaking exhausted. I took some Tylenol PM, or actually some Advil PM. Little man ate me out of house and home. I'm probably gonna have to stop and get some more food for him. And I'm finally warm. He's finally warm, and I'm going to bed. good night. Good morning. Well, we decided to sleep in this morning. Slept very well, actually. Got really warm and slept all nice and cuddly. Zobey actually stayed in his own sleeping bag the whole time. Where you at, buddy? Yeah, Zobey actually slept in his own sleeping bag all night. I threw a hand warmer in there and my own puffy. So I think he slept nice and cozy, warm too. The wind really picked up and howled, so I'm glad that we did not stay at that spot over near the bald, because it would have probably been really cold and beaten against the tent all night. Instead, we're nice and protected here under the trees and really didn't have any wind, but it is cold. So I was hoping if I slept in a little bit that it'd be a little bit warmer start this morning. So it's 7:45 and I'm usually done with breakfast and like starting to pack up by now, but I'm just getting up. So I gotta get out of my cozy cocoon here, get started on the day. Well, here is something else I've never done that I can add to my first time category here. I completely forgot to get water because I was so engrossed in just putting one foot in front of the other yesterday. So I am going to melt snow for my water for breakfast, for my coffee. I went and gathered some nice clean fresh snow and I'm gonna do this in my vestibule. Here's me and Zobey cuddled up after going outside for a few, gathering the snow, and now we're gonna make breakfast. All right, 9:30 and getting on trail. Actually, even with sleeping in, that isn't the latest start I've ever had getting on trail after camping, so not too bad actually. It is sunny already, as you can see, blue skies, and the wind has died down, which is nice. What are you doing, buddy? Going potty, of course. So today's plan is about 13.5 miles to an unmarked campsite that is right before the, I'm not sure how you say this, but the Nolichucky River, I believe, which is where Uncle Johnny's, the famous hostel and outfitter and resupply store, is, all right on the AT, right on the Nolichucky River. I had originally planned to go from Hot Springs to Uncle Johnny's, but obviously this weather thing happened and I stayed at Nature's Inn, so I'm not going to, go all the way to Uncle Johnny's today and try to stay there tonight. I am going to pop in there tomorrow as we pass through just to see it and probably resupply fuel. I think I'm going to be low on that to get all the way to 19E, and maybe grab a snack or something while I'm there. So yes, that's the plan. About 13.5 miles today, which after yesterday should be easy. So here we go. All right, what little man's problem is this morning? Oh, we're gonna go potty. He keeps pulling on me like he wants to go south, and I'm like, dude, we are like 350 miles into this. Why don't you know that we are going north? But I'm gonna take in some of the views while he's going potty. Get to start the day off with this. I'm not even like 1/10 of a mile from my campsite yet. But there was this little clearing that was perfectly flat right in the middle of some trees, a grouping of trees like this, that got me out of the wind last night. So I got to get up and go straight into views still. Just coming right off of Big Bald in this area. All right, I guess we're done going potty. I don't think he actually even went. I don't know what he's doing this morning. Pretty. Got water since I forgot to camel up. By the way, the snow melt coffee and oatmeal worked wonderfully. It was delicious. But had to come to the shelter that was only 0.6 down from where I camped, actually. This was where I was going to come last night if I couldn't find a campsite around the bald, like there was supposed to be some marked, which there were, and I saw, and obviously is where I camped, but a lot of the campsites here are pretty muddy, so I bet any of the flatter, drier, grassy areas were taken last night. There's only one guy still here right now, but had to get water, so I got it. Here we go. So I was just talking to this guy at the shelter, totally blanking on his name, but he was at the hostel during the snow day as well. He played with Zobey. He said that most of the people who got back on at Sam's Gap yesterday after the snow day, who were planning to do the 15 miles into Irwin yesterday, stopped at that shelter, stopped 8 miles in, because the trail was so freaking hard on everyone yesterday. He said everyone was like limping in, exhausted. And there's a campground just like another 0.2 miles up here from the shelter. And he said the shelter was completely full. All of the camping areas that were dry or dry-ish around the shelter were completely full. And people were coming down here to this campground hoping to find space down here. And one person towards the end of the day wound up coming back and they made room for him in the shelter. So I am so glad that I stopped where I did and I had a nice little campsite out of the wind that was dry and not muddy, all to myself, even without water. Still made it work by boiling the snow. And I'm back on the trail a little bit later than everyone else today, but I went almost 16 miles yesterday through crappy conditions that everyone else who was going to do a 15-mile day stopped at 8. So I am proud of myself. Yes, I'm patting myself on the back right now. You see him? Look, there's a whole herd. This is like the 7th or 8th one. Oh, that was probably the last one. Oh, I started the video too late. Zobey, yes, they see you, buddy. Oh, a whole herd of whitetail just crossed the path in front of me. I think I only got the last one. Darn it. Zobey, settle. This is how you're going to act when you see wildlife? Really? We better not see a bear. Glad you didn't see the bear I saw on trail the other day. I just have to record this because I don't know that I've really gotten it well yet. This is, see, this is what the trail has been for most of yesterday, where it wasn't post-holing through snowdrifts, and so far most of today. And since I'm going down most of today, every single step again is being very carefully planted and thought out because I don't want to fall on my butt. Fun, fun. Maybe this is a preview of Vermud. Lovely. Okay, this is Tonya being proud of herself again. Sorry, you're just gonna get some of me congratulating myself and patting myself on the back today. Yesterday was rough, and there was a part of me that was like, am I being a sissy? Am I being a wuss? Like, I'm in tears after 13, 14 miles of this crap. Like, it's not actually snowing on me. I'm just having to go through it, and you know, the slush and the mud and the slipping and post-holing for the first 6.5 miles and everything else. But I just passed the group of guys that I was post-holing a bit with from in the Devil's Fork Gap section before Sam's Gap, and they did call Amy and get off at Sam's Gap. So they did the 8.6 miles, and I just passed them their slack packing today. And when I told them I wound up doing, you know, almost 16 miles yesterday and kept pushing, they were like, you've got to be kidding me. They were like, we were all freaking wiped out. We were exhausted after that first 8.6 miles. Like, we got to the hostel, took a shower, and like went to bed at like 3 o'clock. Like, that's how bad it was. And then today, because they thought the trail conditions may be similar, they decided to slack pack. So yes, this is Tonya congratulating herself. The trail conditions really were that bad yesterday, and it really did suck that much, and I really was that exhausted. I am the only person that I've talked to out here who pushed beyond about 8-ish miles yesterday. Now, I know I'm not the only person on the trail who pushed through and did big miles in that crap yesterday, but as of right now, I'm the only one I know who did. I know I'm not. But yes, I am going to give myself a gold star and a little trophy and say, good job, you pushed through, you did the big miles through the crappy conditions, you win for the day. There will be other days that I stop, I know. Our friends are back. Do you see him up there? Oh, Zobey just saw him. Oh. Zobey, you're scaring him, buddy. Oh, man. And this is a reminder as to why I keep Zobey leashed and need to keep him leashed. You know, yesterday with all of the post-hauling and snow drifts and mud, I had him off leash for actually probably a good portion of the day. But this is why, because he would be taking off, chasing wildlife, thinking he's like 100-pound Doberman, and he's not. They're not even there anymore. What are you barking at? They're gone. Come on, let's go. Crazy little man. Big dog syndrome, or little dog syndrome, I mean. Napoleon syndrome. That's what you got, buddy. Should have named you Napoleon. We got trail magic, and looky, little man is devouring that hot dog. That was a whole hot dog. It is gone. It's gone. Baby boy. All right, you're gonna eat some of Mommy's. Look at what she's doing here. We got chili dog. She's even making cheese sandwiches for people. She got Kool-Aid. Loving it. We're at Spivey Gap. Is that how you say it? Spivey or Spivey?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Well, I'm saying Spivey. That's a good boy. Yes, are you happy? You ate all of that so fast. You good boy. Hiker hunger's hitting. Right. Leaving the trail magic. Getting back on trail. Here we go. Zobey ate an entire hot dog, a whole bunch of cheese, part of my chili dog, more cheese. We got rid of our trash. All right, so here's where we're going. Close to the Nolichucky River, but not quite that far. So somewhere between that 7.10. Nope, that's actually is where we're going, Temple Hill Gap. I think about like 0.1 past that is a campsite. So about 7.2 miles to go. We got a full, rockin' full belly to do it now. And we gotta pee out the water that we drank. Come on, baby. Let's go. We gotta go up out of the gap, of course. Uppy up. Cute and pretty. About ready to cross over it on that bridge. Wanted to get a little closer to get a picture of the little waterfall. Alright, here we go over the bridge. Go on. You can walk across it. There you go. Good boy. There we go. There's a pretty waterfall. There's a pretty waterfall. Going down that way. There you go. Walk across. Good boy. No, we're not. I don't know where you think you're going, but we're going this way. Hey, yo, this way. This way. Yep, there you go. That way. Upstairs. Up the rock stairs. Because we're still going up. Up out of the gap. About 3 miles ago, I did something I never do. I put my downloaded Pandora offline listening music on without an earbud. Just played it softly and stuck it in my hip pocket because there's really been no one around for miles. And for the last 3 miles, I've just been enjoying listening to some worship music and some of my favorite Christian artists and softly singing along and enjoying God's creation. And before I knew it, 3 miles had gone by, just like that. So it's been a much more enjoyable hike. 24 hours ago, I was pretty much in tears. Oops. I'm gonna trip and fall. I swear to God, I'm gonna fall while I'm recording one of these days. Yeah, 24 hours ago, I was wanting to kill someone or myself. And now I'm just happy and enjoying life. And noticing, as I'm walking along right now, that there are some flowers blooming and coming back to life after the snow. Yay! Love it. Been passing over a lot of pretty streams in this section. Lot of stream crossings. No lack for water sources, especially with all the snow melt off. There you go, buddy. You gonna cross it? Go on. There's a good boy. Pretty. Pretty. All the way up. Sorry, baby. I know. You're pulling on me. You're trying to get across. There. There. Get it a little bit better here. For ya. I'm not trying to strangle my dog at the same time. There it is. Pretty, pretty. Okay, we made it. Ta-da! This is kind of a weird little campsite here. There's this really old forest road going along back there, that away. And it's at the intersection of that and the AT, which normally those actually do create nice flat areas and nice campsites, but this campsite's not flat, so I'm at an angle, but not the first time. I'm sleeping a little sloped and was really rocky. I had a hard time getting my stakes in, but we all set up, and little man is being a good boy and is curled up on his sleeping bag instead of mommy's for a change. And I am off in search of water. Comments are a little confusing. Some say that there's a water source down this ravine behind me down the road. Other comments say there's a trail junction right up here, that there's one down the trail. So I'm going to try the trail junction first. Hopefully I'm not adding a lot of bonus miles trying to find water. But here we go. Well, I just got blanked on finding water. There are two comments that say that it's off of that trail and there is no water. I walked like a half mile, and then I walked probably about another quarter of a mile down the road and looked as far as I could around a bend, and there's no water. And if there's any water that's a seasonal source anywhere around here, it would be flowing right now because of all the runoff with the snow, because everything is flowing right now. So good thing is I actually didn't drink that much water from the last time I got it. So I have about 2/3 of a liter, but it's flavored with Powerade. And I have a teensy little bit left in here that I collected last time. So I may have some Powerade flavored coffee and oatmeal in the morning, but we're going to figure out a way to make this, what I have, work. I don't know where the next water source is coming up tomorrow. We'll figure it out. I love my sweet baby boy. He slogged his way through the slush with me yesterday for 15 miles and then hiked 13 miles with me today. Why do you always turn away from me as soon as I start recording? Oh wow, look how dirty my fingernails are. That's what mud does. Hey, I'm trying to praise you and give you props for being such a good boy. I guess I can let you sit on my sleeping bag while I make dinner. Did you just growl at me? You were growling at me. Alright, I'll let you sleep. Good morning. You hear that? It's not supposed to be raining. It wasn't supposed to rain until tonight. It rained off and on all night and is raining the hardest this morning now. It was supposed to be sunny and 70 today. So I'm waiting it out. I don't know. I'm going to get up in a little bit. I'm waiting it out.